My mic was not on. Gosh dang it. It's that time again, folks. It's Horns and Headlocks. It's your excellent host, The Brand here. It's Sunday night. We're rounding that corner. We're taking that last road home. Get down Know Your Role Boulevard and Jabroni Drive, I guess. And we're rounding it out. But we're not done yet. We're still partying. Thank you for joining us, those who are still joining us. We got one very last special guest for the night. We're going to throw to the one and only J-Rock. Let's see if we can get him on here. And we're going to talk some Raiders. Raiders! What's up, my brother? Do we have you? You got to unmute yourself. Can you unmute?
How about that?
There we go. There we go.
All right.
It's the way things work here in this high-tech thing I've got going on here. But J-Rock, thank you very much for joining me, man. You know, we got some, we had mandatory mini camp this week, right?
We did. First of all, thanks for having me.
For sure.
Yeah, been a long time coming.
This is just the start.
Yeah,
just the start of things, my brother.
Yeah, looking forward to this and down the road. So,
man, mandatory mini camp. That means it's time. You can smell it in the air, man. The next thing you know, like we're gonna blink, and we're gonna be in actual training camp.
Yeah, before you know it, this year for me it has a certain amount of more significant anxiety to it. Simply for the fact that every time I turn around, I keep hearing that that we're trading Max. And
oh my gosh, enough already with this, right?
The closer we get to the season or whatever, and that hopefully is in the rear view, and he's still in silver and black, like I am prophesizing that he is staying with the team. I think at this point, like we should have all the pieces, and we're right now going to get all that smoothed out and and figured out and played out to where we're ready to go.
You can't blame people really, with the speculation. Because, I mean, it is kind of a story, when does this ever, the fact that he was traded and then a week later or whatever it is, it doesn't go through, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm sure it makes plenty of clicks, and I definitely, understand that, and I'm sure you do too. I think like you and
it's the nature of the beast.
I'm just not to speak for you, but the way you and I both are as emotionally invested as we are in the team,
Yeah.
To me, it's
we're tired of hearing it.
It's gotten, so yeah.
So I imagine he was there, and everyone that was important. I didn't really hear about any like notable people that were missing. Was anyone missing from training camp that you know of, or from this mandatory? It is a mandatory mini camp. Now, stress the fact of mandatory would mean if someone did miss it, it would be a story, right? I mean,
right. No one really comes to mind. I know that Jermod missed like a couple of the practices, but they'd already kind of explained that. And there's another storyline coming into the season, whether he's going to, be playable. Did you hear anything else? Maybe you can jog my memory, but I don't know of anyone else, that.
No, I was asking you.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing.
I mean, and if I'm wrong about that, but.
Come at him with the torches.
Yeah.
No, he's up off him. No, No, that's the thing. This camp. It's only like 3 days or whatever it is, and we don't have really anyone that I can think of that's in like a contract thing. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
To not have any of that stuff looming overhead. Fernando signed his contract, right? If I remember right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or okay.
And I think that's kind of my point. That also like leads into like the whole Max thing. Is like I was saying, it seems like we have all of our pieces. And it's been other than that situation, which I really don't even count that. I think you start counting after the draft. As far as like how much dramatics there are.
Right.
With our team, because there always seems to be. You've got at least a level of that. This year, it's been really refreshing, and I, knock on wood that we're not going to run into anything from now to the season, but we haven't really had much of that. It's been pretty much smooth sailing. It's been, of course, you get all the all the interviews and the press conferences. It's trite cliche city, which is whatever. I think.
Well, there were a lot of rumor, a lot of people were trying to get the clickbait going on about the quarterback thing. And it seems like that was squashed pretty quick when they dropped the season preview with the Step Brothers deal. You know what I mean? And all that. It seems like that was probably squashed.
And if I could say anything, and it's with me, it's a lot less dramatic. It's actually more intriguing. Is the more I keep hearing about Aiden, about Farley.
There is that though, yeah.
Being not just kind of a throwaway idea that he might be starting some games for us this year. Definitely not something that I had predicted, but from all everything in camp far points to the fact that he is right up there in the in the running.
Keeping the third quarterback.
Yeah. So
that would definitely be interesting. And they could just play with the roster in another spot as far as, bouncing practice squad.
Right.
Guys back and forth or whatever, whatever you got to do. It's not totally unheard of.
Yeah.
To have the three around, Yeah. But I don't know. I think they might just be pumping him up and then and then deal him, they might be shopping him. Aiden, I'm talking about here.
That's a good possibility.
His value's high right now. I wouldn't want him to make another start. There's kind of a little bit of a weird aura about him. Oh, well, maybe he can play. You know what I mean? So maybe we trade him before he starts and ruins that. That might be good.
Well,
but that's totally not a Raider thing to do, right? We ain't gonna do that.
Well, especially you got Kirk Cousins. That doesn't seem like the best candidate to to run some kind of chicanery over the league because he's been quoted probably the most when it comes to Aiden, and about his value and stuff. So
Well, wow. Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's tough for him. It's got to be tough for him because he's the guy coming in. He's the bridge, obviously, is what people are thinking.
Yeah.
But then Aiden's still there, and it's just kind of a weird situation.
When's the last time we rolled with three quarterbacks to start the season? I think I can think of that year with Gruden when we had Glenn on and all them.
Was that
18 maybe?
Derek's first year?
No, no, not maybe Gruden's first year with the team. This is the year that we were on Hard Knocks.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. So that would have been it. I'm pretty sure that was 2018. No, that would have had to have been. I was living out in Melrose at the time, so that had to have been 16 or 17 that season.
Well, it wasn't 16 because we still had
No, it was 17, dude. That's when I was doing the show. It was 2017 because I can remember talking about the Antonio Brown situation on Horns and Headlocks. That's crazy.
Okay.
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, so the 2017 was that season.
That's a whole other situation. I think we're finally, with the getting Cousins and with some of these other things, having the first round draft pick this year and all of the media attention that the team has got. I think we're finally getting back to there are 31 teams and then there's the Raiders.
Jeez, man.
The Antonio Brown thing reminds me of that. Not for me so much, but I think in the public eye, the fact that he is what's the language barrier on here?
You can say whatever you want. Doesn't matter.
The fact that AB basically like totally shit on the team, and as far as like the fact that he should have just ate up the fact that he was now a Raider. You know what I mean? And he shit on that whole thing.
Acted like he was. I mean, that's just the whole thing. Just the connivery of it all.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started. I mean, gosh, such connivery. And like no other team would that just be like, okay, everyone's like, oh, whatever. He goes to the Patriots. I'm totally fine.
Yeah.
Like,
helmet,
Yeah. Give me, yeah, that's a whole other thing.
Black eye, but does that make sense to you? Like, I think this year, finally, like, when you hear people, and I'm talking others, I'm not talking, us so much, or, like our family, and, because we've all bled silver and black, good or bad, or indifferent for our whole lives, But as far as like, fans of other teams or, the pundits that are on television, whatever, it's like we're finally starting to get a little bit of respect, because of, the great off season that we had. Because it seems like we're finally making really, really smart decisions. And there's not a whole lot of, oh, why did they do this? Why did they do that? And everybody seems to be on board with what we're doing. Now that could, like I said, am I more comfortable with less of a Boy Scout as our starting quarterback because of where I come from? Yes, I totally am. But you know what? Maybe in 2026, it's going to take a Boy Scout to get us back to the playoffs on a regular basis. Derek Carr, I think, was a good example of a good guy, that I think was a good leader and whatnot.
Hell yeah.
And I think without all the coaching changes, we would have gotten there. I don't blame him for his tenure with the team. As far as us only getting to the playoffs twice. As a matter of fact, I look at it as a miracle in ways that we even.
It's funny, not to interrupt you, brother, but like it's funny how when you start talking about like a subject like this, like one of the Raider subjects, and it just kind of like it's like it just starts opening wounds, and just everything just starts like pouring. Like, oh my gosh. It's so, you know what I mean? It's like, and then we had John Gruden screw us over. It's amazing how like we start talking about AB, and it leads into but this happened, and then you know what I mean, and then but then the snow job, and it's just like there's just so much trauma that we can unpack every single week. But J-Rock, I wanna ask you this. Going forward, I don't know, maybe next time I see you, what do you think we actually get down to the nitty gritty and preview this offense?
Oh, I'd love.
We talked about the quarterbacks a little bit, but we'll talk about our running back room, our wide receiver room, the offensive line. We'll get into all that stuff next time around, and then we'll do the defense, after that, and so on and so forth. And then we'll see.
I'm excited.
By then, we'll be in training camp.
Yeah. Let's do that. I'm excited about all those rooms, and I got plenty to say, and plenty of opinion about, each piece. So yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, we are out of time, my man. I'm sorry, we're against the wall on time tonight. It's so weird how things have been running. But nonetheless, I want to thank you very much for joining me. Unless there's anything we missed that you really want to throw out there real quick as far as news out of the mandatory minicamp.
I have nothing as far as the news out of minicamp. Just wanted to say that I love you, and it's nice to see your face.
I love you, brother. No, it's sometimes no news is good news. And in the case of mandatory minicamp, that's what we're looking at with the Raiders. I love you, brother. We'll catch you next time. We'll do more Raider talk. I'm going to go ahead and throw to a jam or two, and then we're going to come back and wrap this baby up because I'm hungry. You're listening to Horns and Headlocks here on Mixcloud.com. Keep it locked.